Okay, it's Mr. Robster. We're going to do a video here on laws of logarithms, and we have three laws here, and I'm not going to actually prove them to you, but I'm going to kind of rationalize them away, and in a second video, if you want to see a proof, then I'll show it then. So this first one says I have log of base b x times y. Well, if you think about logarithms, you know, and exponents are just two different sides of the same coin, or they're inverses of each other. You know in exponents that if I have x squared times x to the fifth, that is x to the seventh. So when I'm multiplying two things with a common base, I add the exponents. Well, here's the multiplication, and what the log property says is log base b x plus, I'm adding, similar to here, log base b y. And so this is one property. Similarly, if I consider the division aspect, if I'm going to divide, think about if I had x to the power 10 over x squared, that I know I would subtract the 10 and 2 and get x to the 8th. Similarly, when I subdivide logarithms, log base b x, I subtract the logarithms as well. And this is y, subtract them. And then finally for this last property, this is a little bit more of a stretch, but I'll try and justify it away. I know that this part here, that is an exponent. I know b to some exponent is x. Well, I know when I have x squared to the power of 5, I ended up multiplying these. Well, this is my kind of exponent like this, and so I end up multiplying p times this exponent. So this is the same thing as p log base b x, and so this power of p can come down into the front and ends up being multiplied. Okay, so these are our three properties, and you have to be familiar with them and how to use them, but you don't have to have them memorized at this junction in time. All right, so let's go to the next slide and see what we're going to do. So now we're going to use our properties that we have here, and I'm just going to copy them over, take them with me. And I can see the properties, what they are. Here they are. And if I'm going to expand this logarithm, I'm going to try and write it out. And one of the things that I have to recognize, first of all, is that my base here is 10, and it's multiplication. So it's this scenario here. So it's going to be log base 10, 5. Because these are added, the logarithms end up, when they're multiplied, the logarithms end up adding with each other. Okay, and so that is A part. B part uses a few rules. I have division, so I'm going to use this one, but I also have an exponent here. So it's going to take a couple steps. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do log base 2a using this rule here, minus, because it's dividing, minus log base 2b cubed. Well, I can write this out further by using this property here. This power is 3, so I can move that 3 to the front. So it equals to log base 2a minus 3 log base 2b. And so that is expanded logarithm using all the properties. And so now I want to condense each logarithm by writing as a single logarithm. So I'm going to do the exact opposite of what I did. I'm going to use these properties, but I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. So I'm going to go this way all the time. So when I do that, the first thing I recognize is I have 2. That's similar to this p being here. I can put that to the power. So I have log base 10, 3 squared minus log base 10. Now I have subtraction of two logarithms of the same base. Subtraction will be this one, so I could log base 10, 3 squared over 10. And we can leave it like that. Or if we want, we could also say log of 9 over 10 would be sufficient as well. Okay, using our properties to go backwards to make a single logarithm. This skill here will help us sometimes in solving logarithm equations, which we'll get to in a day or two. All right, so here we're going to go we're going to do this as well. this 2, using the property, will go into exponent. This 5 will go into the exponent. And this 3 will go into the exponent. So I end up getting log base 3 u squared minus log base 3 t to the 5th plus log base 3 a cubed. And so now I have 3 logs here. One of them is subtracted, the other one is adding. And so it's using both of these properties here. And so if I think about this as log base 3, when it's minus, it's subtract. So it's going to be u squared over t to the 5th plus log base 3 a cubed. And now I'm multiplying, so this a cubed is going to be multiplied by this argument here. So it's log base 3 u squared over t to the 5th times a cubed. This is all a part of the logarithm. So if I simplify it, that a cubed ends up being on the top of the fraction. So it's u squared a cubed over t to the 5th. And that's using all the properties to simplify as a single logarithm. And that is where we're going to leave it here. Have some good practice. I'm going to make another video that proves the laws if you're interested.